He has to deal with other avenues that most kids probably will never have to deal with in their life.
He is the one motivating us and reminding us that, okay, if he's still doing all of these things, we have to keep sort of churning in our brains and thinking of new things to try that we haven't tried yet so that we can help him get to where he wants to go.
He and I used to play a lot of one-on-one basketball, actually, hoops. And so we used to play at least one game a day. So he was very active. And one night he had very, very severe pain in his leg.
We were actually playing baseball one day, and he felt some pain, additional pain, after a couple of nights after that one night. And that was the last string where he couldn't take it anymore.
I woke up from sleep and I couldn't straighten out my leg anymore. There was a bump that I had right under my right knee, and I had assumed it was just something that I got hurt in, probably playing hockey or baseball or something. The tumor on the bone was determined to be osteosarcoma. From then, I was sort of catapulted into the care of sick kids.
Raihan had a slightly different location of tumor. So instead of being in the lower thigh bone, it was in the upper shin bone. That's actually a little bit harder to recover from with regard to rotationplasty. But he again was presented with a choice where we could reconstruct the limb with a large metal implant or rotationplasty, and despite the additional challenge of it being in this location, elected to go for that.
I use sports as my measuring stick. Which surgery am I going to pick to play hockey? Which one will allow me to play baseball? And which one will allow me to just play any sport that I want to? And the best option for that was rotationplasty, since I saw that it was me that was going to be putting the limits on myself and not the surgery that I chose.
I very distinctly remember meeting Raihan during one of my first days here in the department, because I was still being trained by the physiotherapist who I was going to be replacing, and I remember her saying to me that I was going to be meeting Raihan today and that he has such a lovely personality and that I was going to get along very well with him.
When I started working with her, I just felt a sort of comfort that I hadn't felt with everybody else that I worked with there, and I've been able to work with her and sort of truly start making the big types of progress that I want to in my life.
So Raihan came to me a few years ago and he said, I want to learn how to ice skate. I never skated as a kid. Do you think that it's possible? And I said, of course.
I mean, I'm a hockey fan, and that's something that I had to do.
Every few weeks he would either come in and show me a new video of him working on his ice skating. I'll never forget this image of him sort of skating on the ice with one of those little kiddie stands and then pushing it away from him, and I was thrilled and proud that he had accomplished that. And I always use him as an example for my other clients, and I say, oh, I had this client who learned how to ice skate as an adult after his amputation surgery.
I'm not sure what the end game for this is. Right? Like, it's small, yes, it's getting better, but it's like, when does it get to the point where it's healed?
Well, and that's
it's not going to
part
open, right?
is you were trying to walk on a leg that's still compromised.
Yes.
Which is a challenge.
So I wonder if there's something that we haven't tried.
The reason why I stopped skating, or I came to an abrupt halt, was because of the issues that I'm currently having with my leg right now.
So specifically, he has an ulcer that has kind of created a small little hole on the dorsum of his foot, and he's got sensitive skin, and he has insensitivity. So if he's getting excessive forces, he can't really feel it. Then he developed an infection. So those things all combined to kind of this perfect little storm.
I would say that this is not a typical case. There's been a lot of issues for Raihan in having his wound heal effectively, which has taken quite a bit longer than what I typically see with my clients.
I mean, the past year I tried my best to kind of work through it and grind it out. And the negative consequence to that is I was forced to make that decision now and just not be able to go to school.
So his circumstances are different, and I think we have full confidence that he's going to be able to finish school.
I have 1 more year left at Ryerson, 2 semesters to complete my sports media degree.
What's important is that he does it at the pace that is best for him.
I haven't walked properly without the help of any crutches or canes for a good while, so just being able to walk again, finding that confidence, the feel for my leg will definitely be a big part.
He really does never quit. He will come here in pain, he will come here when his skin is a mess, and he has never ever given up.
He's proven that he has the resiliency and he has the strength to be able to deal with it up to this point. And I think no matter what is thrown at him, I think he has the tools to be able to triumph over it.
It's been a long process, and once that's able to be done, I will probably be going back on the skates and continuing that. It's definitely not over.